he has an axe to grind with the former governor, or there is a fallout from their own political base.
That is Honorable
Honorable Lance, I'm saying, I'm saying in his person. I'm just saying in his own person. I'm not saying, I'm not alluding. I'm saying for him now, who is a fan of Fubara, who was Fubara, how did he come to know about a Fubara? Or is it a case of my enemy's enemy is my friend? So the governor of Rivers State for free, for the opt-in time, those people who are fanning these embers of crisis in Rivers State and who has not let him go and sleep. Igbo people have a saying that when a man is confronted with a lot of challenges, he sleeps on 4 sides his body. You sleep the left, the right, you sleep with your back and your front, and you come out to conclude the decision to be taken. The governor in this case should not allow himself to be misled by these political jobbers, political opportunists, those who are crisis merchants, who are hibernating around him now. You remember, Choma, that it was also David Umahi who 2 weeks ago said something that even those he hitherto helped to ascend us of political positions, and those who were his friends no longer call him, that as Nyesom Wike has become an anathema today, Igbo people have a dictum again that let the dog see where they are butchering a fowl, that tomorrow it might be his turn. That for him, tomorrow, those who only run where there are crumbs, wherever the stomach faces is the front. These are the kind of people that are with the governor. And they will not allow him to see reason in what the Ijo Youth Professional Council are saying. For him to come in terms, Choma, he should look at where he was coming from, because another Igbo dictum, said that if a man forgets where the rain started beating him, he might as well forget where the rain stopped beating him.
All right, very quickly.
Yeah, thank you, because I think I need to react to certain things he pointed out that are falsehood and lacks local standing. And for clarity's sake, I agree with you that you're an analyst, but if you understand and maybe peruse through my profile, you understand that I'm a well-seasoned politician, and I also ran a contested election. And come to think of it, between the governor, the sitting governor today, and the previous governor of Rivers State, I am well known to them. As a matter of fact, I played a major role in the installment of Nyesom Wike in the year 2014-2015 during elections. But that is by the way, just to set the record straight, because they say whoever is not well informed is socially deformed. Maybe my brother here is talking from the wings of maybe somebody who wants to maybe get favor or whatsoever. But that's not the point. The point is, governance is all about bringing dividends of democracy to the people. And in one of his submissions, he said that apart from the Thanksgiving that the governor did on the 4th of June, that is the only dividends of democracy. And it's so laughable and regrettable at the same time. Because you will agree with me, Choma, that the governor has so much brought a lot of economic attraction to Rivers State within the space of 10 to 12 months. Although you and I will like, sorry, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. You will also agree with me that, sorry.
It's not you, Choma.
You had the floor. You had the floor. Thank you very much. So now you can also understand that between the 8 years of the previous governors being in office, the internal generated revenue of Rivers State was within the approximate of 10 billion and maximum of 13 billion. The governor stated that. As a matter of fact, he was the accountant general. But you can agree with me, based on the statement of the governor on national TVs everywhere, confirmed, that the internal generated revenue for the past 10 months, that the minimum is 26-27 billion.
What are the indices?
Sorry, please allow me.
What are the indices of that?
You will also agree with me that in the last economic summit, a maiden edition of the economic summit that Rivers State had, where we had the likes of the serving emir, the Sanusi II, who came and educated our people. The truth is that you don't become rich when you have money. Rather, you empower people mentally before they can be able to get money. The problem that we have mostly in Rivers State, take for instance for what my brother here is doing, is maybe because they feel that outside politics, they don't have what to offer. River State is so blessed with a lot of natural resources, and until people are skillfully and mentally developed, most of the natural resources we have cannot be tapped. Take, for instance, in the sector of agriculture, the government has also invested in recovering the agricultural sector. Take, for instance, the Songhai farms and the rest of them.
Is it fully functional now?
It is on process.
The governor,
after 1 year,
the governor has already given us a date that in less than few months, that most of these things.
Few months is not specific.
Yes, that's governor's statement.
It's
Remember,
it's ambiguous.
Sorry. Governor has a 4 years in office, and I think that it is after 4 years. If governor does not deliver on that, then you can come back, Chairman, and make that statement. Sorry. In summary, just let me finish. I want to wrap up on what he said.
You still have that. Before you go on, when you say I will have to wait 4 years before I come out and say that is wrong in totality.
Okay.
There was a 5 billion naira given to governors across the states.
Yes.
Palliative fund.
Okay.
In the face of food crisis and economic crunch.
Okay.
Now,
within the nation,
you claim that you are very close to both the FCT and the current governor.
Yes, I served in the previous administration.
Tell me where that 5 billion naira has gone to.
Okay.
Now, that's on one hand. Okay. The governor assumed office May 29 last year, and during his 1 year anniversary celebration, he said he has only governed for 4 months. Now, from that May up until now, the governor has been receiving increased FAC allocation.
I agree, totally.
And he has also come up to say, and I applaud the governor for that actually, rejigging, because in his words, he said he rejigged the economy of River State. And they had to think outside the box and come up with certain strategies, and at the end of the day, he was able to, through that rejig, increase the IGR of the state. Very applaudable, I must say. And of course, that's the IGR climbed from 13 billion to approximately 26 billion naira. If you agree with me,
above
very
that.
applaudable. Now, the question would be, there is an increased monthly IGR of over 26 billion. There is an increased FAC allocation.
Yes.
And in 1 year, all the things you are claiming that the governor has done, I asked you one question. You mentioned Songhai Farm yourself.
Yes.
What is going on with Songhai Farm? Because when you look at, if you do a comparative analysis of states like Lagos State, you do a comparative analysis of states like Enugu State, you would agree with me that these governors have done a lot. Yes, they have done a lot, particularly Lagos State, especially in the area of food, to make sure that there is food, and that food, in fact, they crashed the market prices by having their own food markets, where people can buy food at very subsidized rates. What is River State doing with, I asked. Now, let's just assume that there were a lot of, but the 5 billion naira palliative fund was for specific reason. And, well, I don't know if Rivers people are yet to feel the impact of that fund. That's on one hand. During the 1 year anniversary, the governor commissioned 6 projects and flagged off 4. Now, of the 6 projects that were commissioned, they were continuity projects. You would agree with me. Now, the question would be, in 1 year that the governor has been on seat, what exactly has been done with River State funds? So when you say that I would have to give the governor 4 years of over 26 billion naira monthly IGR, increased FAC allocation, I would have to wait 4 years as a journalist to ask questions as to what that money is being done in River State. I fault you on that. However, I have laid these concerns on the table while you're rounding up your reaction to what Mr. Kochukwu have said. You do well to also respond to that. Since you claim you are very close to the corridors of power, I would want clarity on where the funds of River State are actually going into, and why are we not seeing development the way it's supposed to be? Because regardless of the fact that the governor has come out to say that, yes, some of these projects were not completely paid for, it is only one project that the governor has come out, somehow the information conveniently leaked for Rivers people to see that the contractor was asking for. But the other projects so far, we've not seen any other information. So I will deal with that particular one that we were able to see, with facts that this is what it is. So regardless of that, the governor inherited liabilities like every other government and inherited assets also in addition to these other incomes. So what do you have to say to that?
Well, thank you once again, Choma. Let me also draw a little clarity to you. You know, when you said 5 billion naira was given to the governor, well, you agree with me
I
that...
said all the governors.
Yes, all the governors. You agree with me that over the 30 states of Nigeria, all the governors had that same fund. And I will use one state, Abia precisely, that is also close to River State as an example. You know, you see what is happening in Abia State today. It is as if maybe there was no evidence or presence of even the federal government allocation. Because come to think of it, talking about this 5 billion naira that was given.
When you say that to Abia State, no, you made a very quick remark. I don't understand what
yes,
you mean by that.
The very quick remark I made there is that even when this, according to the source information, the national
when
TVs and the rest of them has it, there is no evidence because it became controversial to a level. I'll get that maybe on the day we'll discuss Abia State, but I just want to give you a little highlight. Yes.
No, you brought
it got to a level whereby even, yes, just hear me out.
It's not being felt in River State.
Let me just hear me out. I want to give you an example, a typical example. Right. The reason why you think that you're not seeing, but
not
it's
why
beyond.
I think I'll correct that.
No.
Not why I think.
Listen.
Not why I think.
Choma, just let me finish. Then you can also buttress on what I have to say. Now, from a standpoint, I have a view. And you have a different view. And until you're able to stand in my position, you don't get to know what I'm seeing, or you don't get to have the complete... Exactly. Thank you very much. Now, talking about the effort that the governor has made so far in trying to cushion the economic challenges and bottleneck that Nigerians, especially the good people of River State, both indigenous and non-indigenous, are going through. The governor has done so much. In terms of infrastructure, there's a lot of road projects. Like the governor has always said, time after time.
Say a lot.
A lot, yes. The governor has over 25 road projects that he has in 1 year. Over 25. Okay. And in between those 25, I'm coming. I'll cite, for instance, the Ale to Eleme Road, that's the old Bori, which was just commissioned. Sorry, it wasn't flagged up. It was commissioned.
Continuity project.
Don't worry, we'll get there. Like I said from Abinishu, this is a government that rode on the mantra of continuity and consolidation. Now, I'm coming. Sorry. You're always trying to drag me back. So I'm trying to throw a little clarity. But I would have wanted you to allow me to get to the point. Okay.
When it comes to continuity project.
Yes.
I am not exactly interested in the continuity.
No, you know, you made a point as regards assets and liabilities. So that's where I want to come to.
You will still come to.
Okay.
It is one thing to finish off a project.
Yes.
And that thing to finish off a project and take the glory like you initiated it.
Okay.
Now, when you are talking about continuity projects, Laudable. Okay. He continued it. He finished it. Okay. But it has to be on record that the project was initiated by the FCT minister.
That is not true.
But you were talking, you said...
That is not true.
You said, hold on, you said that the governor has done over 25 projects.
He has, I said he has, he has over 25 road projects.
Now, the much that I know is that 4 has been flagged off.
Okay, which is the Trans-Calabari and the Memo and the rest of them.
Commissioned. You also will agree with me. Was a continuity project we have agreed with. And the governor, during his anniversary statement, also made something clear.
That?
When he talked about the fact that the FCT minister did not finish payment of all the projects, road projects, and I quote him, across, I'm quoting the governor said, across 13 local governments.
No, Choma, you would have allowed me to get to the point, because sometimes it's not always nice that you jump before being pushed. No, hear me out. Okay.
My issue is misrepresentation.
No. We are not.
Don't
we are not.
present it like, don't give the glory to
listen.
Deserves the glory.
My brother here made a statement.
Continuation to whom, when the governor continues.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And don't say it like he is the beginning and the finisher of it. It's not fair. That's not fair.
Okay.
And your national television, as much as you're calling out Mr. Gochukwu, saying that he's misrepresenting facts, I would expect you to hold on to the same standard that you're expecting.
Absolutely, I do.
You can have your say
Okay,
now.
thank you. I want to borrow a statement he made. He said the governor on countless occasions, even in national TVs, has made it known to the world, to Nigerians, that the previous governor who he served for that good number of 8 years is his boss. He served him as a boss. So that alone throws a little clarity to in terms of handing over project inclusive of liabilities and assets.
Yes.
Now, coming back to project the governor has initiated, you agree with me, if the previous administration were the ones that initiated the ring road, yes, it might be part of the cabinet conversation, but you will agree with me that both the flag of that project, the Port Harcourt-Doha ring road, the Trans-Calabari road, and so many other road projects initiated by this current administration, they have nothing to do with the previous administration. But I want to come back to the area you talked about, which is our IGR, the reverse money, the palliative and as well as our increased FAC.
Yes.
Yes, let me tell you, it is visible to the blind and very loud to the deaf that the governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Samu Posenebo Simnalayi Fubara, has done well. Take, for instance, in the health sector, Rivers State health sector was a total sham. It's not good for us to continue to paint graves. We had an 8 years whereby, yes, we applauded the previous administration. I was part of that bandwagon because I worked so hard to make sure that he had his power. But the truth is that we had a lot of commissioning whereby most of these projects were just bogus projects on the visible asset. No. Sorry. I want to throw. Listen, I'm coming. Hear me out, Choma. I would have loved you. No. Sorry. Choma, just let me finish so that you can understand. Hear me out. Now, the point I'm making here. Sorry. The point I'm making here. Sorry. The point I'm making here. Listen. The point I'm making here is that the governor has made effort, monumental effort, in bringing better livelihood to the good people of Rivers State. The civil servants, the local government workers, the state civil servants are all testimonies to all of that.
That was a one-off Christmas bonus and then the current increment.
Well, you will agree with me that for 8 years, you will agree with me that in 8 years, we didn't have such a bonus. Neither do we even have any sort of promotions, employment, or to talk of bursaries. So, there's a lot.
But is it
no. These are part of responsibilities of a government to provide for its people, true or false.
The judiciary
when we're talking about dividends of democracy, we're talking about the government of the day making life habitable for their people.
You're speaking of ongoing projects.
Yes.
And you're bringing in the civil servants.
Yes.
The civil servants, the Christmas bonus was a one. We have to. Is granted. Yes, it was a one-off. Now, moving away from that, there was promotion, which is louder.
Okay.
Now, that
I hope you recall the year that this promotion also was carried from. Okay.
That promotion is one-off as well. What I am talking about is governance in the sense of what is going on. A question. You mentioned Songhai Farm as one of the projects that the governor is on right now, and I said, what is the timeline? Because it's over 12 months actually. What is the timeline? If there are funds to actually resuscitate this farm, why is it taking so much time? And you're saying I should give the governor 4 years and then I can come back and ask that question. You're talking of governance with the monies. I pay tax.
Choma, you will agree with me.
And your tax, and the tax of every Rivers person. Now, I have asked you another question. You have not been clear. What you have been doing now is... Mr. Fine, can you not interrupt me? Now, what you have done so far is to deflect by attacking the governance of the previous administration. My issue right now is the now, the rivers in the now, right? Whatever happened in the past, we can't change it, whether it is right or wrong.
Okay.
What we are looking at is governance now. How do we get the government to do right by the people? How do we get the government to actually use the funds for what it's supposed to be? And I've asked you clear questions. I'm being very, very incisive, because you have said yourself that you're very close to the corridors of power. And so far, you have not clearly stated, you have not clearly stated what the governor has done in 12 months, and we are out of time for this conversation.
Yeah, Chama, let me, sorry because of time, but I think I need to maybe throw more clarity to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like I said, the governor has done so much in the area of infrastructure with our routes,
okay,
in the area of health sector, in the area of human capacity development. You will agree with me also, maybe if you're not aware, that the governor also initiated a 4 billion naira loan for small, medium business owners, young enterprises, people that can be able to. These are things that has never happened or were not in place as at the last previous administration. And you also agree with me that for the past 8 years, there were no promotions among, because when you're talking about the civil servants, it's always not nice that each time we want to refer to civil servants, we make them look like as if they are not important. The civil servants contribute over 75% of our eligible voters. And at the end of the day, they also go back there to cast their vote, in as much as that they are civil servant that does not come up publicly to belong to any political party. They have a stake. And any government of the day who does not see the civil service as a priority, I think that that governor or that government is worse than an infidel. You will agree with me that the governor of Rivers State, Sasim Naye Fubara, has done so much. Let me also bring you back. In the area of transportation, you will agree that the governor also brought his own vehicles that has been running from the day he was sworn in up till date, in reducing the cost of movement.
How
to cushion it has been very, very effective.
Even now,
absolutely.
I see these vehicles packed littered all over.
Sorry, Chama, that is not true.
Not working.
Chama, that is.
Hold on, Honorable Lance.
Okay.
I am a stakeholder in Rivers.
I agree.
And I'm a journalist.
I agree.
I do not belong to any party.
But Chama, that you see one or two vehicles that are bad does not mean that all the vehicles by the governor is bad.
Honorable Lance.
Okay.
I am a journalist.
I agree.
My job is to say the truth.
And as a stakeholder, I have to give you the truth as it is. Exactly.
Of whoever is in power and whoever is not.
Very true.
My concern is in governance and in the truth. Now, from where you stand, you say the vehicles are running.
Yes.
Now, I am telling you, I have seen these vehicles. I am not saying that all the vehicles are off the road. Okay. I am questioning the maintenance of these vehicles, because a lot of them right now are not functional. And you're telling me that because I see one or two, that's derogatory, and I will need you to take that statement back. Okay, well,
Chama, I want to withdraw that statement.
You are trying to paint it like I am being partial. I am not. I'm being very objective, and you do not need to agree with it. But are these vehicles being properly maintained? That's left for you and I and every other Rivers person to say. When these vehicles were launched, that was very applaudable, and I was really impressed. You could see these vehicles flying every nook and cranny of Rivers State.
And still doing the same.
At some point, when you come out to bus stops, you will see people not entering keke. You will see them for Aba Road. You will see them not entering
the
buses,
big buses
and the taxis. They wait for the buses. I've witnessed it severally. They wait for the buses, and to a large extent, that bus helped with security in Rivers State, because the stories of one chance reduced greatly. Okay. But right now, that insecurity is back, because the stories of one chance is everywhere. That's a fact. That bus helped to a large extent when it comes to securing the lives of commuters. But are these commuters now facing insecurity again? The question is yes. Now, while that project was laudable, what I am questioning is the maintenance and continuity of that project. So you, as a stakeholder in the government, your job actually is to take the information back so that the government can actually rejig it again. Because today, the fact of the matter is, it is to the benefit of the governor. It is the benefit of the party that the governor is sitting on their mandate. It is their benefit in the next election, and it's to the benefit of the entire Rivers people. Won't you agree with me?
Choma, in as much as I want to agree with you on some areas, let's say, assuming not conceding to some of the things you said. You said you saw some of the buses. I don't know the location because that's your privacy. I wouldn't want to start querying or wanting to know the area of Port Harcourt where you reside. I'm coming. Exactly. So, but I can tell you with all confidence that within the major parts of Port Harcourt City, at least the area where I reside, there is visibility of those buses functioning efficiently.
Okay.
And like you said, I wouldn't want to withdraw my previous statement because we all know what is happening in Rivers State. The governor, while these issues were, growing up, he continued to say, for the sake of peace, we are all from the same mother. We need to come together and move this state forward. But I'll tell you that even in a family, sometimes, there are those who are scapegoats, people who were made for the gods of the land. You let them be because you need to forge ahead. River State is too big for just a few individuals to continue to create seed of discord among us. We must move forward.
Right.
And I can tell you that in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years, most of these people will be forgotten because River State is too big as a story to be told just because of a particular man or a few persons in River State.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Choma, I want to react to some of the things. Hence, we have decided to dwell here. You give me equal time because I'm also a stakeholder in this. On this.
The truth is that you've had the floor all this while, so I think you should hit the nail on the head.
So thank you and thank goodness that there has been on the area of speculations, because what we deal with is facts and we critique what is on ground.
What you're doing.
We don't speculate. I don't jump from one
so my very
position to another.
For my very good friend to make such
speculations. What has kept us where we are today.
So what are the speculations exactly?
All the questions and all the items you laid on the table for, confirmation and assertions. There is none that my brother started to. He talked about the IGR, talked about the Songhai farm, talked about governance, talked about the 5 billion naira palliative. So which of those items critical to the development of River State has he been able to give a nod to? And also, in another breath, he's very close and very operational and is being informed of the day-to-day runnings of the government. And we, on national television, Nigerians want to get educated. Remember I said it when that we are here to educate the people, to tell Nigerians who are not on ground in River State what exactly is going on, the way it should. Let us tell our own stories. But when we come and we are not with facts, even when we say we are within the corridors of power, we dine with those in power. No, it is from him. I would have gotten a concrete, statements and affirmation as to what is going on in River State. Then, if I'm not a card-carrying member of any political party, you know that I'm not in affinity with any political, but I'm a political animal, being that I'm a human being and I have rationality. I don't move with instinct. What happens within me affects me, directly or indirectly. And that is why we, as opinion molders, we come and say it the way it is. We are talking about a statement of people that want peace in River State. Let the warring parties come together. And now, the camp of the governor is seeing them, from what he has said here, that he made it crystal clear that yes, some politicians, bigwigs, who position themselves for the positions of the governor and were disappointed by the choice of the governor. Even you, Choma, you know that there are also some politicians who questioned the rationality of Nyesom Wike in choosing Sisemilare Fubara. We had it in River State. And as at now, those people who did not have the audacity to challenge Nyesom Wike when he was on seat are now running back to Sisemilare Fubara to now hibernate with him and now, pinch tent as political hyenas, buccaneers, political harlots, political jobbers and opportunists are all seated around there. And I mentioned, if you're listening carefully, I mentioned that the Secretary of the State Government, who is still with the governor, Similare Fubara, the 4 members of the House of Assembly, we are those I can vouch for, that stood with Jason Wike to install the sitting governor. And that is on record.
Sorry.
I wouldn't say that all of them.
It's very unfair that he should stay on national TV to say that the governor of River State was installed.
No, yes.
He was an elected governor. No, with all due respect, you have to withdraw that statement.
The governor,
there's no way you can say an elected governor of River State.
No.
Who was elected by the people of River State on 18th of March 2023, and you are telling us that he was installed. I would disagree with you on that, my brother.
If you don't agree
no, that's a very far away. You should withdraw such a statement.
No, you will know that.
There's no way you can tell the good people. Are you trying to tell us that River State is the conquered nation? We are not the conquered nation.
Let us
in as much as all of us were part of the system, we know what happened.
You said that you worked for the previous administration.
To withdraw his statement.
You said you worked with the previous administration. We are not on.
No, you should withdraw your statement because you cannot tell the good people of River State that the governor of River State was installed. For crying out loud, we are not.
Brother, listen.
The governor was elected by the people.
We are here in River State.
Sorry.
We are here in River State.
My apologies.
We are here in River State.
Fine.
And you have known. See, Choma. Yeah, we are running out of time. Yes. What I'm trying to say, let me also allude to what he's asking me to withdraw. We are here. During the celebration of the 1 year in office of the governor, we took 22 days out of 1 month to celebrate what I don't. Today, you're asking what is on ground. We don't know. What was celebrated in 22 days of a calendar month. So now, the governor within this space called out a youth leader. I don't want to glorify him by giving him a name on national television. The governor who said that, who him saying that was not installed now, acknowledged somebody who, alluded that the governor was rigged into office, that he was among the people that manipulated the votes of Rivers people to install the governor. Until today, the governor did not come to make a statement to withdraw that particular word.
This is very wrong.
But the governor gave him it is a lie. The governor gave him
It is very wrong for my brother here to come up publicly to make such bogus statements. And it's very wrong. How can you say that the governor is no, it's not true.
No, listen.
You don't do that.
Gentlemen, hold on. Honorable Lance.
Yes, thank you, Choma.
I will call a name. Chijoki Hunwo.
Okay.
But he is in the corridors of power. He claimed it.
All right.
That
I would implore you to allow me.
Okay.
Thank you. Honorable Lance.
Yes.
Chijoki Hunwo.
Okay.
You remember him, correct?
I remember him.
And you know him quite well.
Chijoki Hunwo is the...
You know him quite
I know him very well.
Okay.
I know him very well.
So now, do you
there.
remember any time when Chijoki Hunwo made some very controversial statements that caused a lot of reaction in Rivers State?
First of all, you asked the question. You said, would I remember?
The question is
Chijoki Hunwo has made public statements on different spheres and occasions. Okay, I think if you're specific. Okay.
Is saying with regards to Chijoki Hunwo's statement of electoral malpractices during the elections that led to the emergence of Governor Fubara, you can't take that away.
I disagree with you.
And if you recall, there were reactions to that effect. So while I am all for clear conversations, I know we are discussing politics and there might be sympathies and all that. But I would rather, if you are making statements like this, Mr. Gochukwu, and you don't want to call names, it's speculative, and he can call you out on that.
No,
so hold on, Mr. Gochukwu,
okay.
hold on. You did not call a name, but you went further to say some things and make strong statements against the governor. Mr. Lance, it's right to call you out.
Lance.
Honorable Lance, sorry.
Choma,
Honorable Lance is right, actually
You know why he's not right. You know why he's not right, Choma. Let me make an input.
No, hold on. You.
I don't want to publicize the so-called person on national television.
Let's have a decorum, please.
I don't want.
If you don't want to publicize the person, then don't talk about it.
Exactly.
Don't talk about it. But you cannot come and make strong allegations. You understand? You are saying that the governor gave an award to a questionable character.
Of course, and we saw it.
You cannot say the governor gave an award on a questionable character and gloss over it and move on. I will not let you do that. That's wrong. Right? That's wrong. That's defamatory.
So it is not wrong for me to call the name and give the person an image.
Listen, if you're saying the governor, there was a questionable character, call the questionable character out. That's how you do it, because like I said, no speculations here.
So the person
during
these particular celebrations, during this particular
I wanted to so that we can go to
I didn't let him in.
It's because of the name he mentioned.
No, we are not on the same page. But what I'm saying
exactly. So I want to give
that I am aware of.
Exactly. So it would be nice for us to throw a little clarity because he's misinforming the people on the stand and
we are here in
Rivers
State. We are here in Rivers State, and I'm not sympathetic to any party at all, but let us always lay the cards.
It's very regrettable.
Let us flip over.
Choma, it's very regrettable.
We are out of time for this story, yes, because I think that these are two parallel lines that will never cross.
But you see how it is very difficult to swallow a pill.
Now let's move on to Edo State. The Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Oba Eware II, has countered a claim by the Labour Party candidate for the forthcoming gubernatorial election in Edo State, Olumide Akpata. The 2023 presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, and Akpata on Saturday paid a courtesy visit to the Oba's Palace shortly after inaugurating the party's campaign office ahead of the September 21 governorship election. During the visit, Akpata, while seeking the support of the traditional ruler, repeatedly referred to himself as a son of the palace in both English and the local dialect. However, according to a video clip making the rounds, the Oba swiftly dismissed his assertion, stating that he had asked one of his chiefs to verify Akpata's claims, only to find that the candidate had no direct or distant links to the palace. He said, "You are an industrious son of the soil, but to say you are a child of the palace, I am not aware that any of my children is contesting or is a politician. So I need to make that clarification for the sake of the public and the fourth estate of the realm," the Oba stated. Let me start with you, Honorable Wisdom.
Yes.
When I read this story, it had me in stitches, but then at the end of the day, there are questions to ask because this is politics and this is election. Akpata, as a Benin man, is he not a son of the palace? When you look at it, is he not actually, can't he claim allegiance to the palace? Is he not a son of the palace? Is he not bound by certain traditions and customs that are being upheld by the Oba of Benin? And then the second question, you're a politician, so I think you'll be in the best position to throw light into the body language one can, adduce from that statement. When the Oba said you are not a son of the palace, politically, what do you think would be the implication of that statement? Is he stylishly, is the Oba, in a way trying to remove himself from Akpata or not give blessings, or, that particular statement can be interpreted by different people in the political ecosystem of Benin City differently. So what is your take on that?
Well, starting from the later, it's very, very evidential that when most of our traditional rulers and cultural custom holders continue to get themselves involved in politics, it creates a lot of lacuna. And it also evidential that the Oba did not give his blessing to the Labour Party candidate because he's already biased. And come to think of it, when someone said that he's part of the palace, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's biologically affiliated or was born in the palace. Reason why he said so is that, come to think of it, like he said, there are norms, cultures, and traditions of the Bini people, which also the Labour Party candidate, I'm not speaking for him, but generally as a politician, those norms are there that everybody must uphold them. Everybody, no one is above the law as long as you are somebody from within that location. So, but it's quite unfortunate that the Oba will come out to make such a public statement. Even in the situation or in a case whereby the governorship candidate, you know, both in English and in his own dialect, what he was trying to do was that he was trying to make the Oba understand that indeed he was a true son of the soil. That indeed he was a real origin of the Edo kingdom. But it's quite unfortunate, like I said, when people who are not supposed to use their offices or the portfolios, the seats they sit upon based on tradition, norms, then all of a sudden they start using them for politics. It becomes a problem. Okay. And that is what Nigeria also is facing at large.
All right. Mr. Gochukwu, what is your take?
Chioma, I really want to, you know, applaud the Oba for the clarity and for immediately tackling that particular issue, because, you know, in Nigeria we are used to using religion and, you know, leaning on people, especially those we think that are powers that be, that could influence or, you know, trying to, you know, garner sympathy votes from the people. Immediately Apata made that statement. If the Oba did not clarify, it will be as if the Oba has become partisan. It will seem as if the Oba has a candidate in mind, and also Apata will leverage on that during his electioneering campaign. I think going by what that isn't it, we have seen politicians in Nigeria, it is really apt that the Oba was able to put that into check, and then dissuade other politicians from leveraging on the influence or, you know, the interaction between the Oba or how the people perceive him to garner sympathy votes for their upcoming elections.
All right. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has given assurances that Edo State's All Progressive Congress will win the governorship election in Edo State in September 2024. He gave the assurance in Calabar, Cross River State's capital, when he addressed the APC South-South Conference. He charged APC members from Edo State to work harder to defeat the candidate of the People's Democratic Party at the governorship poll. Akpabio assured the APC governorship candidate for the Edo governorship election that he has no problems at all. Meanwhile, the South-South coordinator of the All Progressive Congress, Governor Basi Otu, has disclosed that President Bola Tinubu has mandated him to ensure that Edo State is retrieved from the opposition People's Democratic Party. Otu, who hosted the APC South-South Conference in Calabar, the Cross River capital, said he has been alone as APC governor in the region, but that in September 2024, another APC governor will join him in Edo State. Honorable Hans, very quickly, for want of time, I want a quick reaction to this.
I think it's very laughable when you see people who we know their antecedents in Nigeria today, with all due respect to the Senate president who stood for the presidential primaries and all of a sudden stepped down for our today president, who also lost, don't forget that 2019, he lost his senatorial seat under the same platform of the APC, and come out publicly to say that Edo State has to be won. Come to think of it, the Edo people have seen light. Today in Nigeria, you will agree with me that even the PDP governor who is there is doing better than most of the APC governors in Nigeria. Someone who is paying the civil servant a minimum wage of over 70,000, and you want to come and change a winning team? Edo people are very, very wise, and I will tell him that Edo is not Akwa Ibom South, where he can come and maybe make certain decisions. Come to think of it, even Otu in question was also part of the PDP. It was just because of the previous governor of Cross River State took all of them to the APC, and that was how they happened to emerge. But it's very, very laughable that we see all those things on news, and we'll continue to. But that is the Nigeria that we find ourselves today, because the APC in governance continue to, you know, give us all manner of drama. But Nigerians are always patient and watching. Thank you.
Very quick campaign you just did there for PDP. However, Mr. Gochukwu, your final take.
Chioma, you know that we are not sympathetic to any political party, but we say it the way it is. For the person that has delivered the message is where my worries are. The character and the person of Godswill Akpabio. It's only in Nigeria that such people will come and they make statements, concerning the welfare of the people. Is very disturbing for an Akpabio to come out and talk about elections in Nigeria and who wins and who does not win. I think, going by what happened in Edo during the Obasiki's second tenure election, I think Edo people will disappoint so many politicians. It is not a place where you come and you say that, whatever you say would go. But Akpabio himself, who has delivered such statements, what is his inroads in politics? And all the things that have been beclouding him, has not been able to rescue himself from it, and he's coming to make a political. I think he's even a minus. His assertions is even a minus to APC. He's even a minus to the APC campaign train. That if APC were making inroute in Edo, I think by now. APC will be in a very hot chase, right. Chasing the PDP in order to retrieve that particular seat from them. Right. So we are watchers and we continue to watch the dynamics.
All right, fingers crossed. And it's actually, I'm happy to see you and Honorable Lance finally agree on one thing on this show today. Thank you so much, Honorable Lance, for coming on.
It's always my pleasure to throw a little more clarity to things and always say them the way they are.
All right, thank you, and thank you.
Baraka de Salah to our Muslim brothers, and as they celebrate, we remember Nigeria and the economy of our nation.
You can always follow us and stay connected on all our socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, and on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. Do not forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Ogu Laurentia Choma. Transition News comes up next. Do not go away.
Who can come and salvage us